All right, people. Welcome to the Man Cave with your boy Tiago. I am actually going to go over a couple of things. Got a small little pickup here. Some Xbox and Xbox 360 games that I ended up picking up a couple days ago. Have been really working on the Man Cave. I tend to, I guess, move games and consoles around. Um, I I do it because in a lot of ways I want to be able to play certain games. Certain games call for certain consoles. So I tend to sort of set them up based on that. And sometimes the fines. Now, being on the fines, this guy right here, the original Xbox 360, the Halo edition, super, super nice. You know what I mean? Has the original hard drive and everything on it. I want to test this console. Now, mind you, I had to order a brand new power brick for it because the power brick that was on this console, it actually sounded like it was going to blow up. And I'm not about to, ruin everything that I have here. This is my business, so I can't do that. So what I decided to do was to order a new power brick. Now, I have not been able to test this, so I picked it up at a really decent price. Obviously, as you know, I do like picking up limited edition Xbox 360s. I have this one. I have the Gears of War one. I also have the blue and teal one. I got a couple extra SC versions of the Xbox 360. I got a ton of other ones put away. But this one right here, I had to test. So I'm actually going to do it live because it would be stupid if I did it after, when you guys are not around. And, basically you can, sit there and say that I'm bullshitting about what I'm doing here. So I'm going to put some batteries into this controller. And sadly enough, it takes me a minute to do this because I got to hold the camera. I really do have to give me a camera person. Okay, so I did get the original controller, which really, if you're going to pick up consoles, man, you have to have the original controllers. If not, you're going to have to go and order controllers. One of the reasons why I said that the Xbox One Elite was very elusive is because every time I found a console online or anybody was trying to get a hold of me about the console, it was always missing something. And if you don't have the controller for this or for any console, you're sort of like SOL, right? You're literally just going to be using a third-party controller, and it's just garbage. You know what I mean? So you always want to find, if you don't have it, always try to buy the actual controller because obviously it'll look cooler, right? So I got this set up. I am not using HDMI. I'm actually going to use it up with the AV jacks. It is connected here, so let's give it some power. Hopefully this is, all right, it did turn on. Oh, we have life. That shit is super loud. Holy shit. I'm not too sure if that's supposed to sound like that. But it's there. It's on. We have power. I am liking that. I actually love this console. So let's go ahead and hit the button here. You hear that? Yo, hold on a minute. Wow, that shit sounds crazy. Well, one thing you can't say is that the damn fans don't work. I'm going to try to put this on the side real quick. Holy shit. So there's a game in here. I don't know what is going on. Listen to this. I mean, you can't say that the fans don't work. I mean, the disk drive works. That is so loud. I mean, the console works. That fan is killer. Yeah, so it does work. To be honest, I mean, this is probably a console I'll probably never really play. I do buy them. I do collect them, so I tend not to use these. Like this one here is another one of the consoles that I have as well. Another Halo edition Xbox. And that one right there, I'll probably... Actually, that's not Halo. I'm sorry. That's that holy shit, the Call of Duty. I'm sorry, guys. But that's another one that I'm going to have to find a controller because I couldn't find a controller to begin with. But I'll find another one. I was excited for this one. I am excited that it actually works because that's one of the things that I try to look for. You know what I mean? And listen to that. It definitely shouldn't be that loud. But overall, you know, everything does work. You can see that I can pop the game out. You know what I mean? Gotta be careful because I don't want it to slide here. But, you know, I needed a little nudge. It's probably the rubber band on there needs to be switched out, which very easy. I've done it before. But man, oh man, it is working, guys. It is working. I'm super excited that it actually works. Because, man, when you buy consoles, man, and they don't work, it is the worst, man. It is the worst. It's actually, like, heartbreaking because, you know, you sort of buy these, you know, consoles and you buy them blind. Obviously, you can't just take a TV everywhere with you, even though I do have a 15-inch external display that allows me just to connect it to the consoles so that I can test the console. But nevertheless, I'm excited. It does work. It does play, as you can see right here. Man, oh man, is that fan fucking loud. It is loud, but the damn console is pretty, man. And I am a collector, you know, at heart. And this bad boy is definitely going in my collection because it works. You know what I mean? So we're going to shut her down. And, you know, I'm going to see how long it takes for that fan to shut down. Obviously, when you shut down the console, it'll keep going for a few. But we'll see how long it actually takes. As you can hear it, you hear it starting to. There it is. That is crazy how loud that damn console is. But super excited because at the end of the day, this is what, you know, I was hoping that it worked, and it does work, and I'm excited. At least I got that working. But that fan is worrisome because that shit is super loud. You know what I mean? That's definitely not a console you want to play late at night when your peoples are sleeping. That is probably going to be a no-no. But nevertheless, it works. I'm happy. You know what I mean? This will sit right in my collection. I will put this down here. I'm sorry about the camera, guys. I'm all over the place. But I can't, you know, one hand doing all this is crazy. I give credit to people who could do this and, you know, make it look all professional and shit, you know what I mean? But I'm extremely excited that I was able to get this to work. And obviously, I'm a mess, bro. I'm a mess. Keep in mind, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning. And you know, as well as, I mean, I've said this in many of my videos, I like to go out and hunt at all times of the day. You know what I mean? And the games that I have over here, like I said, there's some Xbox games, just a few. I got a couple sealed ones, sealed, you can see it right there. You know what I mean? Couple sealed games. You know, some of these I do have, some of them I don't. They'll go through the whole cleaning, you know, process. You know, and you know, it was a small pickup, but I'm really happy that I got my hands on it. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, my biggest thing was to test that console. I'm super excited that it works. You know what I mean? It's a worry. It worries me because that fan is super loud, but it works. So that is good for me. You know what I mean? Last video I made, I talked about, you know, basically picking up the Xbox One Elite. And this console right here has worked perfect. No hiccups, no nothing. The controller, super sweet. Love the fact that it has the controller. You know, still has all of the, you know, if you look at the inside of this, it has all of the, you know, paddles right there. I love the fact that you can even put the little controller inside that carry case, and the carry case can get plugged in and you can actually charge your controller. I think that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, man, it was, I'm super excited, man. The last few pickups I've had have been super, super good. All the way to picking up, you know, over 150 PC games, some more, RPG books and you know, like AD&D and all that other stuff. A lot of retro gamer magazines from, you know, the 90s and up. I mean, I've just good pickups, man. Good fucking pickups. I do, and I'm crossing my fingers. I've been talking to a lady who is actually trying to get rid of some major games and consoles, and I'm hoping that this comes through, guys, because it is going to be huge, a huge pickup. And hopefully Monday, she'll give me a call and we can come across a deal and make this shit happen. You know, I would be super excited. You know what I mean? Like I said, you know, pickups like this, I'll do them. I'll do it every single day. And remember what I said, guys, as a reseller, or if you're trying to resell, if you pick up one game, 2, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever the hell you can get your hands on, get your hands on them. Don't ever let your money walk by you just because you're looking at it saying, oh, it's only 5 games, it's only 10 games, it's only 15 games. Because let me tell you, I have done this where I've picked up, maybe like 5, 6 games. And when you come and look at one of the games, it's worth like $150. And there goes all your money plus profit, and everything else that you sell will be complete profit. You know what I mean? Don't ever be afraid to look at what you're buying, look at what you're trying to get. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you guys, everything that you do in the business of reselling has to make sense. Yeah, I mean, so a lot of people, who I talk to always says the same thing to me. Why do you continue to buy? If you buy 50 games and out of the 50 games, 25 of them you already have. That's fine with me. That means that when I do sell a copy, I have another one to replace that copy. And then I'll have another one to replace that copy when that one sells. That means that I could continue to sell that same game multiple times. And that's money. That's money in my pocket. That is the way the business runs. You know what I mean? And, I know that there are a lot of guys, they look at it and be like, well, I have, 10 copies of this game. I don't want to buy anymore. No, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Trust me, guys. I've sold, one, game. I've sold one game multiple times. Yeah, I mean, and you would think that it wouldn't sell, you know what I mean, because you have so many, but it does sell. It does sell. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, don't skip out on it. Don't skip out on it, man. You know what I mean? I remember when I first started doing this, I talked to a few people who were in the resale business, and I remember them telling me, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I started to realize that when I started to really dig into like picking, going out there and doing pickups and thrift and do all this crazy stuff, you know what I mean? I started to realize that, damn, were they telling me this to give me good advice, or were they trying to like, send me like down a road on a detour, you know what I'm saying? So that I don't, sort of interfere with their business. You know what I mean? And excuse me, guys. I don't want to think like that. But it's the truth. It's the truth. There's some people out there who, will help you, you know what I mean? Who will tell you, hey, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. But when you start to get a little bit more into it, they look at you and be like, yeah, I can't help you anymore. Or, you're doing everything that you have to do. So, you sort of, they'll let you go, you know what I mean? They don't want to help you anymore. You know what I mean? And that really, sort of, makes me feel like, okay, hold on a minute. At one point you were helping me out, you know what I mean? And you weren't even helping me. It was more like saying, hey, this is what I would do, but I'm not going to give you sort of my secrets, but this is what I would do. This is how I would do to help you. You know what I mean? And let me tell you guys, in this business, yeah, I mean, there are rules that you have to follow, and the rules are very simple. Yeah, I mean, build a good relationship with the people that you buy and sell to, right? Never, ever do dirty business, and always pay. If you're going to pay and buy, always pay fair. You know what I mean? Because those are the 3 things that are going to get you to those people who are going to look at you and say, hey, I like this guy. I'm going to sell to this guy. Yeah, I mean, whether it's 10 games or 400 or 500 games. Yeah, I mean, I did a purchase of Xbox games, just Xbox originals. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a little over 600 games. You know what I mean? And, it was a great price. They gave me an excellent price on them. Yeah, I mean, I would have never expected it, right? But when you communicate, you talk, you meet people, and you sort of give that vibe that, you know what, I'm going to pay up no matter what. I'm going to give you a good deal. You start to build and build and build and build. and, you know, you end up with, you know, just great, great games, great pickups, no matter if they're this small or, you know, just giant pickups. Yeah, I mean, and you know, guys, one thing I will tell you about me, if you guys were to ask me a question about the resale business, I would never steer you wrong. I would never tell somebody, go do this and it be the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Just because I don't want you to make more money than me. The resale business and the gaming industry is so flooded, so flooded. Everybody's fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Whether it's on eBay, whatnot, Amazon, the marketplace, everybody is doing it. I mean, shit, even the thrift stores are selling games and consoles at literally eBay cost. Yeah, I mean, you know, I had one guy who wanted to sell me 20 Xbox 360 games, and he wanted $200 for them. I looked at the guy and said, wait, you know, am I going to get the console and everything else? The guy looks at me and says, no. Why would I give you the console? And I said, well, why would I pay $200 for games? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. You know, these games are not brand new. They're used. You know, some of the cases are in bad shape. Some of the discs are in bad shape. Why would I pay $200? Because you think that you saw it on Amazon and eBay that way? No, man. You can't do that. That's bad business. Bad business, and I can't stand people who do that. Yeah, I mean, that whole, okay, I bought a game for $2. I'm going to sell it for 50. No, man, that does not work that way. Yeah, I mean, and I'm telling you, if you're out there and you want to resell and you want to get into the business the way you do, get into it, knock it out, do what you got to do, guys. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously, yes, there's competition. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, if you know how to sell and you know how to, you know, work with the people who buy from you, you know, you're never going to have a problem. Never going to have a problem. And inventory, man, continue to buy, 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 buy. Guys, when I tell you, I mean, if you look at, you know, like, I'll give you an example. Xbox One games. I don't collect a lot of Xbox One games. I don't buy them. But sometimes you have to. Yeah, I mean, I have an Xbox One Elite, right? I want to play games on it, so I have to have games. So I'll buy a shit ton of games. Yeah, I mean, these are ones that have already been tested and cleaned, you know, and I still got hundreds more of the Xbox One. Yeah, I mean, I just got to get them, you know, cleaned and tested. But these are the ones that are good to go. Yeah, I mean, I can play them and I can put them in my store. Yeah, I mean, by the way, go visit my store, guys. Tiago's Gamers Club. Great prices, great prices. And I have a secondary store, Tiago's Books and Collectibles. That's where you're going to find a lot of the RPG, Marvel, DC, AD&D, a lot of collectibles as well will be in that store. So go check it out, guys. I'm telling you, man, great prices and a lot of games and a lot of consoles as well. But yeah, so, you know, there's always that whole idea, you know, don't let things pass you by, because when you do, you know, that's when things get a little bit heavy. You know what I mean? Everything that I have here, you know, I literally I buy at excellent prices. You know, yeah, you sort of go back and forth. Sometimes you gotta, you know, you gotta throw some punches, you know what I mean? So you could get the price to come down a little bit, you know, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they look at you and say, hey, listen, I'd rather give it to that guy. He offered me $10 more. You know what I mean? Then you have to, you know, sort of haggle. Okay, I'll give you the $10 right now if you do it. You know what I mean? And you know, you ultimately you leave with the product. You know what I mean? They leave, you know, with money and they're happy, and we leave with a console that we're happy with, and everybody's, you know, in a good mood. You know what I mean? Unless they screw you over and give you a bad console, which happens a lot more than you think. You know what I mean? But, you know, at the end, guys, one of the biggest reasons to make this video was that damn Xbox. Because I had to wait for that power plug to come, and it does work. It's super loud. I don't know why it's that loud. I'm definitely going to take that apart and double check it and make sure that I don't have to replace the fans. But that is a beauty, is definitely going in my collection. The next thing that I'm going to get, I have the power cord and a power pack and everything, but I need the controller for that Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare 2. And, you know, that console, I need the controller for, so I'm going to have to look for that and order it. I don't want a beat up controller. I want one that's at least in decent shape, you know, and hopefully I could find that, and I'll be happy with that too. Overall, you know what I mean, as everything goes here in the man cave, you know what I mean, you know, every time that I get consoles, every time that I get new games, you know, I set everything up in my, you know, You know, obviously in my man cave, you know what I mean? This is my favorite section here, which is, you know, my GameCube and my Switch. Go get that Switch 2, guys. I'm telling you. Don't sleep on the Switch 2. I'm definitely getting the Switch 2 when it's available. You know, it's gonna be a console. Like I said, I think it's gonna beat up on Sony and on the Xbox, man. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? But you know, again, you know, this is something that I do. I love doing. You know, everything about gaming to me is it's just it's fun. It's relaxing. It's everything that you want it to be. Everything you want it to be, guys. And keep in mind, man, the more you do it, the better off you get when you're reselling. You know, as a collector, you'll always want to collect. You'll always buy games. You'll always buy consoles, especially ones that you don't already have. You know what I mean? You know, I've been rocking everything that I've had here. You know, this little setup over here, they're saying shout out to Starbucks, even though they don't pay me to do this shit. I spend a lot of money at Starbucks. You know what I mean? But that damn pink drink is addictive. But, you know, the PS3 right here, along with the PS3 games over here. You know what I mean? The whole, you know, 3 rows here. You know, I got the PS5, the PS4 Pro, a lot of the PS4, PS2 games. I got a PS2 on the bottom right there, a regular PlayStation 1. You know what I mean? I got my, you know, gaming laptop down there, you know, the PS Portal, the Meta 3 over there. I mean, guys, this is a gamer's paradise. I'd like to think that anyways. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is what we do, man. This is what I do here. This is what I love to bring to you guys. You know what I mean? Because I believe that the more that I can bring to you as far as games and collectibles, all the way from, you know, my collection of DC figures. You can see them all on the back. I got a whole big collection of Pops. Again, I have not been able to put a lot of this out. It's just a lot, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm a busy man and I don't get to do a lot of this stuff. But overall, you know what I mean? You know, if this is something that you love to do, if you love to go out there, you love to collect, you love to buy, you like to sell, you know what I mean? Do it. I will not steer anybody wrong. Go and do it and have fun with it. Now, if you're not going to have fun with it, I probably wouldn't do it. If you're just going out there just to buy, you know, and collect, you know what I mean, or do whatever it is that you're going to do, then that's great, you know what I mean? But, you know, at least have fun with it and do the right thing. You know what I mean? But overall, guys, I'm going to go ahead and test these games right here. There's, you know, nothing really big in these games. One of the things that I did realize in this little stack right here are those Dragon Age games. There's the Awakening, Dragon Age 2. I think it was Dragon Age Inquisition. There was quite a few in here that sort of caught my attention. And I think those 3 right there, they're pretty cool. Oh, and the Skyrim. You know what I mean? Love Skyrim. You know, Halo's in there. You know what I mean? A couple Assassin's Creed. Actually, there's like 5 Assassin's Creed games. You know, all day. One of my favorite all-time games, man, are the Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2, along with Tom Clancy's Wildlands. Just my favorite shooter games, man. And this thing is amazing. You know, along with, you know, I mean, here goes. Come on now. If you don't know, them Ghost Recons, man. This shit is just, first of all, it's nostalgic. Second, it's sealed. You know, they're just great games. Great games, man. You know, I could go on and, oh, I did find this. Let me show you this real quick. And then I'm going to let you guys go because I'm starting to get hungry and I need to eat. You know, fat guys got to eat, you know what I mean? But I found this. This is pretty cool. This is that Mass Effect. It's not a steel book. It's not a steel book, but it has. Look at that. That's crazy. You know, I've never come across this in the wild. So this is actually pretty cool. You know, Fable, another one. I actually tried playing this game. I never really got too far with it. I got to give that shit a shot. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, you know, like, this is not like this gigantic, you know, crazy pickup. But I love it, man. I truly do, man. This is exactly what I really, why I do all of this. I do it for this. Yeah, I mean, and you know, I love to have fun. Yeah, I mean, I love to enjoy my time, you know, and what better time to have when you have the sort of like a man cave, yeah, I mean, that you could come home and you can chill in and you could do whatever you want without nobody bothering you, man. You lock the door, you know what I mean, and don't let nobody come in. Yeah, I mean, you keep everybody out. All the females stay the hell out. You know, let the man cave be the man cave, unless you're bringing me food, and have fun with it. And that sounded sexist, right? I take that back. I take that back. No, I don't take that back. No, I don't take that back. That is the best advice I can give anybody, woman. If you want to know the way to get to a man's heart, is through his stomach. So I won't take that back. You know what I mean? Man cave. Stay out. See that? Stupid people stay out. Beyond this point. Got to make sure you saw that one too. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, all shit aside and giggles and all that other stuff. As always, thank you. I enjoy, you know, having these conversations with you guys. This was not really a video, you know, a big video or anything crazy. This is just me telling you, hey, that Xbox with that controller was super cool to pick up. Super loud. It worries me a little bit that it's that damn loud. But man, oh man, I love it, man, and I love the nostalgia. And I'm gonna tell you what. If I can get 100 subscribers to my channel, the person who is the 100th subscriber, I'm gonna give him that Xbox. Mind you, I said I was going to put that in my collection, but I will give you that Xbox. The 100 subscriber will win that Xbox. Subscribe, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let's make this happen, guys. What are we waiting on, man? You know what I mean? What are we waiting on? I got a lot of shit to give out for free. Free gifts, guys. You know what I mean? But we got to get there. 100th subscriber will win that Xbox 360 Halo Edition with the controller. You know what I mean? And, you know, I'll send it out to you. It'll be packaged beautifully. You know what I mean? The fan's a little loud, but it is a beautiful, beautiful console. You know what I mean? And it works. You know what I mean? And you'll be able to win that. You know what I mean? If you're the 100th subscriber. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, any questions or concerns, anything that you may know that I may, you know, I could learn from, I am always open. Go ahead and leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit that notification button too, guys. You know what I mean? Every time I upload a video, you guys will get that notification. You know, and also, guys, as I said before, subscribe, guys. Be that 100th subscriber, guys. You know what I mean? And win that Xbox. Win that Xbox. And I got a ton more consoles, a ton of games, a ton of collectibles that are going to be free, you know, as gifts. You know what I mean? And, you know, let's make this happen. Let's make this community happen. Let's be part of the Man Cave community, guys. And as always, your boy Tiago. Remember, guys, love, share, respect each other, because God knows we need it in this world today. And as always, guys, when times are rough, when you're down and out, take those problems and ball them up in your hand and throw them in the hands of God. Because remember, at the end of the day, God is good. God is good, guys. Peace.